Good morning. I hope you're all well today. I want to share some thoughts from Scripture this morning. I'm going to read from Genesis and just read a few chapters and then, a few verses and then just share some thoughts that I had. We read in chapter 1, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. Then God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Thus God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. I love this scripture, and what I've tried to illustrate rather crudely this morning is how God put a firmament, a space between the waters, so that life could exist. And as I read that, it reminds me of other places in Scripture where God has made a space between the waters so that life might exist. And my mind went to the crossing of the Red Sea, where God divided the waters and Moses took the people of Israel through the Red Sea and gave them space to live in and essentially escape the Egyptians that were going to come and destroy them. And a similar thing happened as Israel crossed the Jordan. God made a space between the waters so that his people could pass through into the land. And another time in Scripture we of course remember that God made a space in the water in the days of the flood, when God flooded the world because of its wickedness, and Noah built the ark, essentially the space for life to exist in the waters. And I want to encourage you this morning that God has made you for this time and this moment, and that he's given you a space to live in. He loves you, he wants the best for you. And whatever is going on in life today, however dark and difficult it might be, God has made a space for you to live in, and you can live in that space, and it's vast. We consider the heavens and see the glory of God. Consider how big the atmosphere is, how big space is. It's huge, and of course God exists in that and dwells in that, and you and I, we're his image bearers. And so we also are able to live in the space that God has created. So whatever's going on in your life today, I pray that you would understand that however difficult it might be, however restricted you and I might feel right now in some senses, there's still plenty of space for you to live in. So I pray that you live in that space, walk with Jesus, live in the confidence that he's provided all that we need, and we need not be afraid. Just rest in him and walk with him. Make space today for Jesus. Make space to consider his word and his goodness and his love to us. Make space to consider Jesus and his suffering and death, that we might be forgiven and cleansed and free to live in the space that he's created. Have a fabulous day. God bless you. Bye now.